Relax, son. Enjoy every moment. You fight, then eat good food. You fight, then drink fine wine. You fight, then sleep with beautiful women. Hell, fight with beautiful women. That is what it means to live.
I am not like you.
So you think.
How can you live with yourself? How much money does it take for someone to lose their conscience? No guilt, no shame, just greed.
Damn, you're a downer. You should try transcendental meditation or... Anyway, look, stop being all freedom fighter and I'll give your grandfather a nice cushy job. You know, one where he has no real power, but your people are happy because he has a nice office and gets CNN sound bites.
I'm gonna have to pass. What good is it for a man to gain the whole world, yet lose his soul?
Demon retention is resisting the urge to please yourself with instant pleasure for more control over yourself. People can manipulate you and lure you into traps. That's why it's good to always have a goal that you're progressively realizing. My last video, I talked about how the idle mind is a devil's playground and how people just make up problems when they're bored. And the same can be said about seeking pleasure. When you're bored, you just want to feel something. I learned that the mind must be focused on a destination. Give yourself a target and you will enjoy the journey to get there. I got a comment on my last video about semen retention, and this commenter brought to my attention that, you know, there was a fallacy in my thought process, right? So he said this, he said, okay, you're doing No Nut November, right? But to reward yourself at the end of that with the bad behavior that you're trying to avoid is counterintuitive. Like, and I had to think about that. I was like, wait, that kind of makes, wait, I'm not making sense. Like, the sense is not sensing. That's like saying I'm gonna celebrate my 30 months of sobriety with a big bottle of Henny. like it's like, why? And you're going back to it. You think that that's the reward. No, the reward is a new life. Let me talk about the benefits that I feel so far off of this semen retention, man. I feel lit. I feel better. I feel more assertive. I feel more like I could talk to anybody on this planet. Like they my homie, bro. I could talk to anybody. I'm not gonna be nervous. I'm gonna be chill. I'm gonna look them straight in the eye and be like, yeah, what's up? I could feel the testosterone coursing through my veins. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Naruto when he unlocks Sage Mode. Feel a new increase of chakra. Walk in a room, I feel like Goku on Ultra Instinct. Like, I could peep the whole scene more clearer. Like, it's like an increase of conscious attention. I start paying more attention to closer details, and I could see other people paying attention to me. I could see people and what they're paying attention to, and I could just see the whole scene more clearer. And the thought of building all of that chakra up just to waste it on carnal pleasure, a momentary thing where you just rubbing bodies together, and you lose your powers, bro. Like, what? No. Realize something fundamental. This is fundamental, gentlemen. Listen up, gentlemen. Sexual energy is important. Just like how it's used to bring life into Earth, it can be used to bring ideas into the universe. When you start building your chakra, you can take on more of your emotions. And remember what emotions are: energy, motion. You can manage more of life's motion. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this created a riff in my character. I call it the Yu-Gi-Oh riff. You ever heard of that card game anime with Yu-Gi-Oh? And there's like a small Yu-Gi and there's a big Yu-Gi-Oh. That's how I represent my psyche to handle this information. The kid version of myself, that version of myself wants to hold on to my previous beliefs, my previous habits, my previous ways of life, because it's something familiar. It's the familiar childhood. My adult self wants to evolve, grow, and expand, and that child self is only going to hold him back. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. You see, once your mind grows, you can't put it back into Pandora's box. It's like you can't go back to enjoying the things that you enjoyed when you were a child. He that speaketh in an unknown tongue edifieth himself, but he that prophesieth edifies the church. The reason why I speak with such confidence when I say these things, it's because I know who I am, and I know who I'm talking to behind this camera, behind this illusion of separation. We're all one, having different experiences all over this planet, and we can relate on each other on the BS that we go through in this human journey that we're on, right? Speak to this camera as if I'm speaking to myself, which I am speaking to myself. But you know what I mean? Like the audience, right? Like I speak to the audience as if I'm speaking to myself and what I've come to know about myself through honest dialogue with who I am. I know for a fact that another human being is having a similar journey as I am. And that's what I've interpreted that biblical quote to mean, is that I'm not speaking in tongues where no man can hear me and my only relationship is with God. Like I'm just this, you know what I mean? Like I'm just this outcast and nobody can understand what the hell is going on with me. Your vibe attracts your tribe. In this case, it's church, right? Whatever label you want to put to a congregation or a group of people that you belong to. Birds of a feather flock together, and most people are pigeons for their lack of awareness. I don't think that pigeons fly in a pack. I just think they just wander around until they like find each other and they're just like congregate with each other to like peck at the ground, but they don't actually know each other. They're just like, oh, another pigeon. You know what I mean? Like they don't they don't fly in packs. I might be wrong on that, but for the sake of this metaphor, let's just assume that that's true. Most people don't pay attention to the birds that they be flocking with. They just want to keep company around. They just want somebody to just fill a seat. They don't have real bonds and connections with people, only situationships and fake friends. Like, bro, a pigeon would see another pigeon get ran over, get snatched up, get cooked, get whatever, and it would just be there like, boo, got nothing to do with me. Crew, crew. Compare that to an eagle that flies alone, that moves sharper, that's less automated. There's a more complex consciousness to an eagle by the way that it's moving. It's more aware and direct. And look at those eyes. If it wasn't illegal to own an eagle, I would have an eagle, man. Like that would be the awesomest pet. I wouldn't even consider it a pet. I would consider it a tenant, because look at how giant these birds are, bro. Instead of trying to impregnate women, right? Instead of trying to impregnate as many women as we can, save your energy to impregnate the universe with your ideas so your children can live in the ideas that you impregnated the universe with. You get what I'm trying to say, man. You get what I'm trying to say. Listen, I don't care what you think as long as you think. Thank you for watching for all the way this long. I appreciate your eyes.
Bye, have a great time.